Do you fall off your boulder projects like this? Or like this? Or like this? Have you ever wondered what the training plan of a V10 climber looks like? Today is going to be all about training in climbing. I'm going to walk through my current training block, walk through what an actual session looks like, and finally discuss my recovery process since I am very injury prone. Let's do it! Okay, first off, if you're new here, hi, my name is DJ. I live in Brooklyn. I wouldn't say that this is a climbing channel per se, but I have been climbing for 10 plus years. It is my most consistent hobby by far. I think I know more about climbing than anything else in the world, probably. So yeah, I want to add a lot more climbing content to this channel in the future. Full disclosure, I'm just a casual climber with some personal goals in climbing. I'm not a medical professional. I'm not a professional climber. This is just what I do and things that I've learned over the years that work for me. So let's get into the training plan. Anytime I want a really good one, I go to Lattice training. And I'm sure if you are big into climbing and training, you've heard of them before. They are a UK-based, very data-driven climbing company, and I love working with them. I've made probably 4 or 5 plans with them over the years. Every time I do it, I feel like I get really good results. So when you start a Lattice plan, you do an assessment that tests your finger strength, your conditioning, your flexibility, and then they go back and tweak a plan for you depending on your goals. So me personally, I have a few goals in outdoor climbing this year. There's this climb called Diesel. It's in Ice Pond, it's a V10, and it is so fucking hard. I've been trying it on and off for 5 years now, and I think this is the year that I really need to lock in and go for it. And then also at the Gunks, there's this climb called Carajo. It's a V11. I have passed it my entire climbing career and just never really given it a go. So those are my 2 main projects, and Lattice has developed a program to better equip myself for those climbs. Other things about me, I feel like I have really bad power endurance. I would say I have pretty strong fingers and good power and strength in general, but over a long period of time, I taper out quickly. I just lose all my power so fast, so that is gonna be a big priority as well. I've also had some hamstring issues recently, and I feel like my heel hooks aren't as strong as I want them to be, so we're also working on hamstrings in this program. The structure of this plan is a 3-month training block, so I have 3 weeks of base and then 1 week of deload, and that happens for 3 cycles. I basically have 3 climbing sessions a week, and the first one is very power endurance, work capacity focused. The second one is power and strength, and then the third one is just an open climbing session, so like I can just have fun with my friends and not take climbing so seriously all the time. I definitely need to like chill out sometimes. This plan can be broken into 3 categories. So there's fingerboarding, bouldering, and strength and conditioning. All right, so let's talk about fingerboarding. So I use the hangboard twice a week very quickly. I don't focus too much on hangboarding, but in this training program, I'm actually gonna focus on 1-arm hangs. Before this, I'd always done 2-arm hangs on a 20mm edge, but I did my assessment and I got my results, and it turns out that I can hang 187% of my body weight on like 20mm hangs, and there comes a point where they're just not as effective anymore. So I do need to learn how to do 1-arm hangs. There's definitely some skill involved, so that's gonna take some time. So yeah, I'll be doing 1-arm hangs, basically holding the middle edge on a Beastmaker 2000 and using a counterbalance just at the start to make sure I am doing it correctly and not to hurt my fingers so much. So yeah, I'll do 7-second hangs, 4 reps on each side. The second hangboarding exercise I'll do in a week are just density hangs. I'll hold a 25 to 30mm edge for 30 seconds for 4 reps. Those are just for like pulley tendon recruitment. I'll do this before a like work capacity power endurance session, and yeah, just to keep my fingers healthy because I'm very injury prone. Let's talk about bouldering. Bouldering is way more fun. I actually hate hanging. Like I said, I'm gonna be doing 3 bouldering sessions a week. The first one is gonna be limit bouldering. So I'll go on the TB2 board or a kilter board, and basically I'm just climbing for an hour and a half on things that are very hard for me. So probably like V11, V12 climbs, where I probably can't do it and I'm just working like very intense moves. Maybe try to replicate projects that I have this year. So finding moves that are hard for me on both Diesel and Carajo. I take a lot of rest in this session, so I'm not just climbing all the time. I'll do a climb and then I'll rest like 3 to 5 minutes, maybe more if I need it, and that's kind of how the session goes. So that can last from an hour to an hour and a half. The second session is a boulder mileage session, and I think this one's gonna be super useful for me because my work capacity sucks. So I basically do 20 climbs in 1 hour. So I'm climbing every 3 minutes, right? So right when my timer starts, I do a climb, and however long I have left till the next 3 minutes, that's how long I rest. So if I do a climb and it takes me 30 seconds, then I have 2.5 minutes to rest for my next climb. And I'm not doing climbs that are super hard. I probably stay within the V5, V6 range because you have to do 20 climbs, and that is really hard with very little rest. That is the boulder mileage session. And then I pair this with some arc training at the end. So at the end, I'll go to a wall that's not busy, or I'll go to the kilter board if it's empty and move it to like 0 degrees, which I know is so annoying, but sorry. And then I'll climb for 10 minutes nonstop. Just movement, movement, movement. Like nothing should be hard. I fall all the time because it's like, at that point I can't even like close my hands. If you do fall, you can just go to a spray wall or something and just grip holds and move around while keeping your feet on the ground and just changing your intensity as needed. Then my third session, like I said, is an open session. It's climbing season right now in New York, so I am trying to go outside during that session, but I usually just go to the gym and climb with friends, and it's very relaxed, very chill. Yeah, especially during a hard training plan, this is your time to just have fun and remember why you're training in the first place. Finally, let's go into conditioning. Like I said, I have a few focuses here. I want to keep my shoulders very strong for my projects, and then I'm trying to develop some flexibility and strength in my hamstrings. So that is kind of the overview of my conditioning. I'll go through each exercise now. So the first one is just a warm-up. I warm up before every session. My off-the-wall warm-up takes like 30 minutes, and then my on-wall takes another 30 minutes, so 1 hour. So for my shoulders, I do a few things. I will do IYTs on rings, basically going up, straight on rings, and then out like a Y, and then like a T. I'll do around 5 reps each for 3 sets, so nothing too crazy. And then I also do shoulder rotations, basically taking a very light weight, I'd say 10 to 15 pounds, and doing that movement. And it really develops your rotator cuff. It's really good for that vacuum style climbing that you see, you know, hitting holds and being able to like squeeze your chest into the wall. It's really helpful for that. For hamstring strength and flexibility, I'm introducing glute bridges for the first time ever. I feel kind of stupid in the gym doing them, but I feel like they're actually working. They're definitely working my glutes, which I've never really worked in the past. And then for the hamstrings, they're also feeling pretty good. I'm also doing some like psoas marching. I don't really know how to do it, so I'm not gonna show you, but I also do front split training. Not gonna get into it, but there's plenty of, you know, online resources for front split training. Some more climbing focused training. I've been doing wide pull-ups just because a lot of the climbs that I'm looking at, your arms are very spread out, and I need to be able to engage with my arms very wide. So trying wide pull-ups, seeing if they'll help. Antagonist training, just very light bench pressing, not trying to go crazy. I don't want a huge chest. I'm not out here setting bench press records, not a big deal. Core, I hate core. I'm so bad at core. I hate Pilates. I don't like core work on the floor, so I only really do rings for core. In my session later, I'll be doing the TRX core workout, so you can see it then. And then this last thing that I'm working on is my ankle mobility, flexibility. I have the least flexible ankles I have ever seen on a climber. It's called dorsiflexion, and my dorsiflexion is so shit. It really limits me on slab and also on toe hooking in caves. I really want to try to work on that. There's a range of things that I do to work on it, but yeah, dorsiflexion is in the plan for sure. I know that was a lot of information, but I kind of just wanted to do an overview of my plan. But now we're gonna go to the gym, and I'm actually gonna do a session. I think I'm gonna do my strength and power session because, well, it's like the most fun. I'm gonna do my warm up, and then we're gonna do 1-arm hangs, and then we're gonna do an hour of board climbing on the kilter and maybe try to replicate some moves from my projects, and then we'll do conditioning. I'll probably do TRX core workout like I mentioned and some other stuff. So let's go climb. We're starting our one arm hangs. Before I start, I will say I have a tweaky middle finger, so I'm gonna take it easy. Got my pulley set up here, starting off with 10 pounds. That felt all right. The problem with this gym is that they don't have a eye hook on this side, so I can't like move it so that this isn't in my way. Turns out I'm not very good at one arm hangs. I decided that I'm gonna move over to this Bridgestone MK2. This does have the correct hardware, so I'm gonna finish my sets off on this and use a 30mm edge. I'm still getting used to this movement, so it's probably for the best. That is so much better. Now, let's see on my tweaky finger. All right. Oh my God. What a dream. All right, that's what I'm gonna do. That's perfect. Perfect way to build up the intensity as well, because the Bridgestone MK2 has 30mm to 25mm to 20mm to 15. I do have 20 pounds of added weight, so definitely making it a lot easier for myself, but this is a good start. All done. Let's get into the kilter board session. Yeah, let's just re-warm up a little bit because I wasn't feeling too hot on that one arm hang, let me tell you. That's better. Once I do like a V8 or a V9, then I'll start the timer for an hour. I think I said V11, 12 from the intro, which was kind of silly, kind of crazy. I'm gonna keep it to like V10 and maybe V11, but that's the plan. I'm gonna keep warming. That was cool. Oh my God. V7. V7. Let's do a V9. Cool. So since I fell, I should just start the timer, and this could be my first climb that I try. Yeah, this feels like my grade range for the day, for sure. It is 12:30 a.m. starting my timer. Much better. That felt so much better. I think I'm just gonna search for a very cool looking V10 with some interesting movement. Oh my gosh. Moving on. All right, decided on a climb called Burden of Shoulders V10. Oh, that's a good move. There's a move just like that on Karaha. Nice. I'm gonna practice that in ISO after I rest. Ooh. That time I got the closer right foot, much better. I actually might be able to do this in this session. Low-key kind of just bailed because I didn't do it from the start. All right, Burden of Dreams. Oh, Burden of Shoulders, V10. Oh. Right foot needs to go up one more time. Need some more length. Somehow I'm 30 minutes into this session. Oh. I brought the foot back closer and that felt way better. Oh. Starting to see how it got its name. Although I am pretty close on this one, I do have to remind myself that this session isn't about like sending. It's really about trying a bunch of different hard moves and pushing yourself in different body. Just kidding. And that's why you don't give up. You guys really thought I was gonna skip that one, did you? Think again. This will probably be my last climb, but I'm gonna try this V10 called 9 Holes of Jade. Okay, Jade. If everyone watching just subscribed right now, that would be so awesome. God, that would make my day. Oh my God, my day's already started. I'd have such a good day then. Ooh, that's a cool move. Try from here. Ow. Oh, I'm scared to hit that move because of my middle finger for my last 8 minutes. Can you see it? Probably not. Let's not find a different climb. Let's just try the back half of it. Oh, that is far. And I'm just a little shorty. It's probably a core problem, to be honest. I'll try it one more time. I've got 55 minutes, so at 58 minutes, I'll give it my last go. Last climb. Oh, no. Okay, that was a good way to end it. I'm gonna just call it 1 hour because it is 1:30 in the morning and I still got conditioning to do. Let's go. This exercise is way harder on my left shoulder for some reason. Like God, Parajo's right shoulder. Finished at just about 2 a.m. It's the next day and I woke up, my fingers feeling pretty good. Slight tenderness. So in this section, I'm going to show you 4 different things that I do to address my tweaky fingers after especially very finger intensive sessions. Also, just a disclaimer, these are 4 different tools that I use for recovery, but I don't necessarily use them all at the same time or in a routine. But as I go through each method, I'll do my best to explain when I use each one. Starting with the first one, good old rice bucketing. I've always had success with rice bucketing. I don't use it for strength, but I use it just to get blood flowing through my fingers. Really good for warming up your fingers and very good for recovery after. So I don't spend too much time in the rice bucket. I typically do a few different exercises on each hand for around 30 seconds each. The first one, I'll just go into the rice bucket and squeeze. Very simple. Just get my hand moving. Another one I like to do is to go straight down, open up my fingers, really spread them and lift up. Open up, open up. To warm up or recover your wrist, you can push your hand down and do wrist circles inside the rice. I don't know about any like effective methods in a rice bucket, but truly it is just good to get blood flowing to your fingers. I swear by it. I have a really cute bucket from Hachiman, and yeah, that's my rice bucket. Next up is contrast baths. Yeah. I like to do this one when I know I was climbing on sore fingers, and I'll typically do it immediately after my session. Basically, I've got cold water here with ice cubes and then hot water. I use a kettle to add some more heat. It doesn't have to be too hot, just not like lukewarm. And I'll start with warm, and basically I do 1 minute in warm, and then when the minute passes, I move over 1 minute in cold. That's actually so cold. And I will do this for 11 minutes. So basically 5 minutes each, but you start with hot, end with hot. That's very important. Yeah, this is good when a tendon is feeling a little swollen. I have no medical explanation for any of this, but it feels like blood really gets into the areas that are injured, and it also feels good. And I've gotten really good results with contrast baths. So don't know the research, but I will continue doing them. All right, third up is the wave tool. I'm sure you've seen this thing before. It's really cool. I've had it for probably 10 years. It still lasted me. It's a hard piece of plastic. It's a massage tool. It's got all these edges that you can use for different parts of your body. But basically, take a massage cream. I'm gonna use my A2 as an example because that is what hurts. And I like to use this edge right here. There's this groove that's tiny, it's sharp, it feels amazing. And basically, very lightly massage your pulley. I'll start with very light reps and I will move it around the tendon. And you can really feel it. You can feel any scar tissue that you have built up there. If you actually have an injured A2, do not push very hard. Keep it very light. You should not be feeling pain when you do this. But yeah, I'll do some lighter ones in the beginning and then I will start to press a little bit harder, but I'm always keeping the pain at like a 2 to 3. Wave tool. And then the last method that I'm gonna show you probably has the least amount of research, and I don't know where it is because my cat always plays with it. There it is. Basically, I have this long, thin rubber band thing, and I do something called voodoo flossing. And this is a technique that I learned from an old pal probably 8 years ago. And when he told me, I was like, that sounds crazy. But as I continued climbing, more and more people were talking about this technique. I like to do it. It's fun. It's something you could do when you're just like watching TV. Let's say my middle finger A2 is the thing that is bothering me. We'll start with the base of the rubber band at the base of my finger, and then I will do a slight pull, lock it in place, and I'm just gonna go around my middle finger, pulling tight but not too tight. You don't wanna go purple. It's not a big deal. You go all the way to the top, get to like here, and from here, what I do is just do some pulsing. So I will do like 10 pulses down, and then on the last one, I'll just hold it down and hold it for a few seconds, and then come up, and that's kind of it. That's all I do. I think this is supposed to like flush out all of the blood from your finger and then circulate in some new blood. That is as far as my brain can comprehend. You know what? This is what works for me, and I like doing it. And I'll probably do like 4 or 5 sets of this. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. Thank you for watching if you've made it this far. I know I love watching how other climbers train, planning to actual execution to recovery. So I was very happy to make this video myself. If you learned anything from this video, that's awesome. If you didn't, then that's really awesome that you watched till the end. Either way, feel free to subscribe because I will be making a lot more climbing content on this channel, just getting started. So yeah, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.